Super spooky.
Spooky?
Spooky.
Spooky.
I don't know, we can do both.
Spooky's better.
Speaking of doing both.
What?
I don't know.
This is YouTube, man.
This is YouTube. The decks came out. The new ones.
These are 2 of them. There are 3 more.
What are the starter decks like part of though? Are they part of the Knights of whatever?
They're part of the Reiya cluster.
Cause like I know that the starter decks that we bought when we first started playing the game, they were technically part of Seven Kings of the Land.
No,
I guess. Weren't they?
They were the first thing in Curse of the Frozen Casket.
Really?
The first thing.
No. When we started, we bought Resart and stuff.
Yeah. Arla. Yeah, no, I know. I remember that. But that was part of that Alice cluster or whatever.
Yeah.
So
you and Teacher bought 2 decks apiece earlier today. Which ones did you guys get?
I got the Kirik, which is the red dragonoid one, and the Space Panda.
Nice. I love how nobody knows his name.
I don't.
What the hell?
I'm not gonna remember.
Everyone's just gonna call him Space Panda.
He's my version of Creepy Santa. He's Space Panda.
Space Panda. Panda, Creepy Santa.
Yeah. Maybe put them in both the same deck. No, I'm just kidding. And then Teacher got these exact same 2 decks you have here.
Yeah.
Which you both like the same thing.
Yeah, and then
a friend of ours got
the mermaid one.
No. Oh, actually, technically, Teacher got the blue one as well, the mermaid one, but he got it for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then a friend of ours got Kirik and the green one.
Cool.
So
okay, so I got the Wind deck Elemental Surge with. I'm gonna literally put money on this. Like, you know what? Let's make just like a low key bet. Here, stick your hand out here. I guess we'll shake with left hands, which is weird, but it's just for the camera. Okay, I bet $10 that based on the story that they're gonna reveal later, this is gonna be Gill Alhama'At, not Gill Lapis.
I say Gill Lapis. He looks more like Gill Lapis.
He says Gill Lapis, but I say that like when you look at his art and like going off of the story from Return of the Dragon Emperor, if you look at his art, his face is a lot longer than Gill Lapis's face. I think this is young Gill Alhama'At. Anyway, so I got the 2 characters from the story that I'm actually talking about, Gill Alhama'At or Elemental Surge, and then what we assume is going to end up being Zero and Children of the Night. So this is the back. They've got like the little.
They got the list of stuff in there, which is so nice. Actually, that was one of the first things that got us into this game. Over top of Magic, because Magic doesn't tell you what's in there. They're like, open the deck and you might have good stuff. Just kidding.
Just kidding. It's crap.
It's all crap.
Surprise.
They show you something fancy and shiny on the front, and they're like, just kidding. Nothing good in here. And
is there any point in like treating these boxes with respect? Should I just rip them?
Just tear.
Just go to town. Oh, there's gonna be people watching this going like, oh no, skis.
Yeah, just a ripping out of town.
Pretty much. I actually still have my Resard box. I was pretty respectful with that one.
Yeah,
this one's just
no.
We've
gotten past that point.
Yeah, we're just like, give us the goodies.
Here, I'll give her on this one, maybe.
Sure.
Or should I wait?
Oh, go for it.
All right.
Okay, so they come with the playmat, and actually, still to this day, I have no idea what the proper alignment for the cards is.
Technically, it's changed since we first started.
Has it?
Yeah.
Comprehensive rules.
Open it up. It doesn't have chance standby, I bet you.
No, it probably doesn't. And I guess this is kind of a quick guide. Yeah. Oh, how to win, dude. We should probably read this sometime. The secrets. The secret. Right there. It says it right there. How to win. Oh, you give that back. Okay, let's take a look here. You open it up.
I'm gonna know, and then I'm gonna tear it up.
You open it up, and all it just says are the words "get good."
Oh, it says play Gill Lapis.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's ruler, magic stone deck. I usually put my ruler in front of my magic stone deck.
Yeah, and it's just field. It's no longer like stone area and all that kind of shit. Your stones and everything is just in the field.
Cool.
Yeah.
And they got like the cool art for the new set.
Which is way simpler.
We got Red Dragonoid Dude, Gill Alhama'At, Mermaid Chick,
Spice
Panda Bear, and the evil Chickamadick. What? Yeah. Cool. Let's take a look at what we got in here. And then any of the cards that are, I don't think we should even bother like reading out what the cards do if they were in the spoilers. Like everybody's probably already seen them.
Not everyone's seen it, but we can like talk about the good cards, like the ones that really like make the deck almost. Like if you were to take stuff out, we should name the cards that you should probably keep. kind of thing.
Fair enough. Okay.
Win cons, I guess.
Oh god, the lighting in this room is just like horribly placed. It glares right off the card.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Gill, the Gifted Conqueror. Man. Whoop. Yeah, I'll just stand up and do it. Gill, the Gifted Conqueror. He is a J ruler with...
Jace ruler?
No, not Jace ruler, J ruler.
Jace.
I thought you said they were full art on one side.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Yeah, it is.
Well, they're not textured.
That's full art.
Oh, but they're not textured though.
Yeah, no, they stopped doing that.
They don't do textured cards anymore?
I don't think so.
Oh, dude. Okay. Well, there's Gill opposite. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pause it for a sec. I'm gonna rearrange. The camera's just too far away from the thing.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Yeah, that's better right there.
Shady's back.
Okay, so is there a point in going over the ruler, J ruler sides?
Well, go over the ruler, J ruler, and then go over like.
I literally just asked that, and then
important cards. I know.
Okay, so on this side, he's just simply Gill, and actually they did make the box textured, hey? Look, it's like it's
matte versus
shiny and then matte on the box. Okay, so he's got Judgment for 3, 2 green and 1 colorless, and he's got Energize, which seems awfully long for just saying Energize.
Yeah, they're explaining what Energize is.
Oh, okay, and then he's got remove an elemental in your graveyard from the game, produce green, spend this will only to play Spirit Magic Chance, play this ability only once per turn. Now, I think that's pretty cool, but like, why did they have to add in that caveat with the like use the green only for Spirit Chance or whatever? Like, I think it would have been way better if they just left it like, hey, discard a thing from your grave, produce green.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It just makes him a niche thing, that's all.
Yeah. And then he's got tap, search your deck for a card named Gentle Breeze Elemental, recover it and put it into, or sorry, reveal it and then put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. And then whatever those crazy spoop-a-ma-doops at the bottom mean.
And we'll find out eventually.
Okay, then on the other side he becomes Gill, the Gifted Conqueror. And he's a J-Ruler human. Oh, he's not an elf. He's a human.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I thought he was an elf.
Nope.
And he has Barrier, which is phenomenal. I think we were talking about this when we were talking about the Gill Lapis deck that you made.
Yeah.
And
Did
he's...
we?
I think so. Did we? Didn't we?
I don't know.
Anyway, so I think that gives him a massive edge on all the other rulers.
Holy moly, it looks great in the camera.
Does it?
Yeah, look.
Yeah, looks pretty cool. It's got like, it catches the light really nicely.
Yeah.
And then he's got remove an elemental in your graveyard from game, produce green. Spend this only to play Spirit Magic Chance and play this ability only once per turn.
So exact same thing. It's just on this side he's an 11/11 barrier.
Yeah, and then more magical spoopy badoops.
Whatever that is, it's gonna make it insanely good. Like it's gonna make it a lot better. Cause have you seen the white Pandora ruler from the box set? It works with golems. And those creatures, you have to pay a certain amount to quote-unquote mobilize them. You have to do it every time that you're supposed to attack or block with the creature. But her ruler side is pay 0, target golem is mobilized until end of turn, right? Which makes it so you don't have to pay the amount, because they're high stats for their mana amount. Like if the 1 drops a 6/6 kind of thing, right? So you just have to pay 1 to attack or block. Hers mobilizes it. Her flip side.
Here, I'm going to close the window. I think it's actually shaking the camera.
No, it's me on the table.
Oh, stop doing that.
Oh. Well, her flip side just says all golems are mobilized, and then her ability at the bottom there is like pay for golems you control get +4/+4 on a turn, which you can do as many times as you want. It's like a repetitive toned down God's Art kind of thing.
Cool.
And I think because that turns her from being like meh to actually like playable, so that is gonna make him way better.
I hope so. Because like his barrier does make him pretty awesome, but in terms of just like being strong and having crazy repeatable abilities like the strength counters or whatever it is for the Dragonoid ruler, it doesn't compete as well.
He's aggressive AF.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
Is there only one of this in the deck?
No, there's 4 of everything.
Oh, and they just have them ordered like one of each, and then they just repeat it 4 times?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the super art in the deck, which is Cecil do you know how to pronounce this? Leto Leal? Letolio?
Litolio? I don't know.
We're just gonna call him Little L. We're gonna call
Little L.
We're gonna call him Cecil Little L Elven Prince. So he is
LL Cool J.
What?
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 LL Cool J?
LO Cool J?
Yeah.
Let's just call him Cecil LOL.
LOL? Okay.
Yes. The LOL Elven Prince. So he's a 10/10, 5-drop, 2 green, 3 colorless. And you may pay 1 less to play this card for each elemental in your graveyard. So this plays off really well with the playstyle of the deck. I really hope they have more than just the elementals that are released in this deck.
They're going to. They have every deck get support throughout the entire cluster.
Well, support, but like, is there going to be more elementals?
Yeah, that's support.
Well, no, because
That's what
it
you
could
mean.
just be elemental chance, though.
No, it's just support.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then elemental resonators you control gain plus 200, plus 200. So right off the bat, our ruler is a human, our super rare is an elf, and most of the support is going to be...
And it's like an elf that buffs elementals. It's weird.
Yeah, actually, this is a dude, hey? Cecil? Cecil's a dude's name.
What?
Cecil is a dude's name.
Yeah, no. I said it's an elf that buffs elementals.
I think you said
Weird.
her, but
No,
whatever.
it's weird.
Anyway, then the next card is Elven Guide. It's a 2-drop, 1 green, 1 colorless, 600, 600 elf. When this card enters the field, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put 1 from among them into your graveyard, and the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So, do you think that using the Jack's Beans or whatever, do you remember that one? I think it's like a 1-drop green that puts a card from your deck into the grave,
Yeah.
and then if you awaken it for like another 2 or something, you can
Puts it in your hand.
put it into your hand?
Yeah.
Do you think this is going to work off of that?
No. Like, that's completely...
Or just intentionally putting elementals in the grave?
like, yeah, you could put the bean in there to put the elementals of the grave on purpose.
No, because this guy does, right? You look at the top 3,
Yeah.
and then you grab something and put it into the grave, the rest on the
You
bottom.
could use the bean for the same effect.
Oh,
Put
true.
something in the grave.
Just to get it out there faster.
Yeah. That's one of the best cards of the deck, actually.
Gentle Breeze Elemental?
Yeah.
Well, you get him with this dude, right?
Yep.
With Cecil? Or with Cecil, with Gill. So it's a Chant Spirit Magic Elemental.
Yeah, so it, first of all, can be played by his ability, but it can also be used for the ability to make mana.
Yeah. So, quick cast, you may play this card at any time you have priority. Draw a card.
Yeah.
I've noticed in the previews, at least, this is the first time I'm looking at the cards from the decks, but I think these decks are really designed for new players because all of the kind of like mainstay abilities like Pierce, Haste, Quick Cast, they usually just have those in the little white boxes in like the usual booster packs and stuff like that. But for some reason, in the cards from these starter decks, they have the parentheses and they have the abilities explained.
Yeah, they do that in starter decks.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's the way it was in our other starter decks.
I can't remember. Okay, so then we have Guardian of the Portal. It's a 600, 2-drop green Elf Resonator. Rest another recovered Resonator you control. This card gains plus 100 until the end of turn. I think right off the bat, I'm probably...
Put that in Feet Sing.
I actually don't have Feasting anymore. I give that back to you.
Oh, yeah.
For a Resonator you control. Unless I put in cards
Oh, I
that...
got an extra one for you from TGTG.
Feasting?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would this be useful? I think I'm going to take this one out of the deck.
Yeah, like, that's good in Feet Sing, but not as much. It's kind of like how in the Vampire deck, there's random fairy tales that really don't fit the deck, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could make it half fairy tales, half vampires. For some reason, vampires are always hanging out with fairy tales according to the starter decks.
Yeah.
I think that Rezard didn't have any fairy tales in his. He was hanging out with zombies because he's just more goth that way.
Yeah.
He doesn't hang
You
out.
need more H-core.
Exactly. Then there's Leaf Fighter.
He looks like a Pokemon.
He really does look like a Pokemon, or like some sort of like Pokemon knockoff that you play on Facebook or something.
Actually, he kind of looks like a Digimon. Do you think he looks more like a Digimon?
No, he looks like a later generation Pokemon to me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Digimon always have like unnecessary straps or zippers or some shit
Or
on them.
like guns, turrets, blades,
This show is for kids.
laser beams,
Some of them have like razor blades.
nuclear bombs.
I'm
Kim
lit-
Jong-un sitting on the back.
Dude, too soon. Too soon.
Yeah.
Wait, is North Korea still a thing?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then it's not too soon.
Okay.
Okay,
Do you
so
ever feel like a plastic bag drifting in the wind?
I can honestly say
Wanting
no.
to start again?
Do you even know what a plastic bag feels like?
Yes.
What? What does it
It's
feel like?
Like it's drifting in the wind, wanting to start again.
What if the plastic bag is stationary?
Then it's dead.
So then you feel dead inside
No,
sometimes.
I feel like the moving bag. Anyways, let's get back to the thing.
The reason why we're wasting time is because this dude does nothing.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's all you need to know.
Yep.
He's an elemental.
He does
That's all
jack
you care.
diddly,
He's a
nothing.
one-drop elemental.
Cool. Then there is.
That looks like a Pokemon.
This looks like something from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, it does. It looks like that.
It looks like Karibo.
Karibo.
Karibu.
I don't know its
I
name.
summon you, Karibu.
I don't know.
Okay, so
Those
Leaf
eyes
Magician.
are terrifying.
Just a bit. He's seen some shit. This
When
dude
this
is-
card is put into a grave from the field, draw a card. Woo!
Yes, so if you use this in like a sack deck, this would actually be pretty good. You're so immature, dude.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are, dude. I said sack and you started laughing like a little girl.
No.
Okay, Traveling Trader. So, this dude is a 1-drop, and when this card enters the field, draw a card, then discard a card.
It's not bad. It's good in this kind of deck.
Yeah, and you know what? I was complaining for a long time that I didn't really have too many cards that helped me draw, so it seems like this deck is going to be chock full of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then we have Tree Root Sprite.
I feel like that's the mid-evolution between the two.
Yeah, it's like the next level, or you could have like Leaf Magician turn into Leaf Fighter, and then that turn into Tree Root Sprite.
I feel like Tree Root Sprite would be the first. Then it would be Tree Root... No, sorry. It would be the one that with the googly eyes first. Then Tree Root Sprite, then Tree Fighter.
Oh, okay, so I think that's the last
Or
one?
Leaf Fighter, yeah.
Okay, so the Tree Root Sprite is an 800/800 fairy with... Oh, it's a fairy.
What? Weird.
It's a fairy. It's not even an elemental. That kind of sucks. What the hell? It's a 3-drop, 1 green and 2 colorless. When this card enters the field, choose one. Destroy target non-magic stone, non-J ruler entity.
Card
Or...
is the new... They now call cards entities.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
I know, just... Yeah, that's a new term.
Okay. Or search your deck for an elemental and put it into your graveyard. Then shuffle your deck. Dude, freaking
Addition
seal.
Destruction
Finally, yeah, but it's a 3-drop Addition Destruction.
with a body.
It's an 800/800, so it's not bad. I just god damn. This is gonna be the shaky episode, dude. It's because it's the
Earthquake.
wind. It's the wind.
The wind deck.
It's the wind deck, dude. It's
Oh,
like-
dang, dude. Oh, hey, look. There's the cancel.
Dude, check it out.
It's a pretty dang sweet
Dude, look at
counter.
this dude's face. Does that look like Gill at all? Or Gill Lapis? That doesn't look like Gill Lapis. Look at his
Yes.
face. Look at his face, dude. Does Gill Lapis have those like little scoopity doops in his eyes, man?
The Scooby Doops.
Scoopity doops, dude.
Oh, sorry, I heard you wrong.
yeah, not scoop. Okay, chill.
Scooby Dooby Doo.
Anyway, Vanish, 3-drop, Chant Spirit Magic. Quick cast, you may play this card anytime you have priority. Cancel target spell.
I'm just gonna take
I'm
that as mine.
gonna
now.
need you to
I'm
back
gonna-
off.
I'm
Dude,
gonna
I don't even run cancels ever.
Okay, well, just take that
No,
off your
get out of
hands.
here. Get out of here.
Oh. Go on. That's the good card.
Winds of
Teacher Teacher wants
Vitality.
to edit that area right there. Add something sticking up.
I can't. What even is there? What
He
is
wants
that?
to turn it into him
Oh,
flipping him off. Because it's +6/+6 on target J/Resonator.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So quick
Because
cast.
you can play it for free.
Target J/Resonator gains 600/600 until the end of turn. Is it because of his abilities? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, because it's a spirit magic, and he can play it for. He can produce one per turn, right? So you can essentially play that for free. One of them free.
Okay,
per
cool.
turn.
And now we're getting into
And then you can hit for 6 extra on something.
we're getting into doubles now.
Yeah. After that, it's just the same as these, and then his So after that, it's all the same.
Well, yeah.
But then you get to his special stone, and what it is it counts as a windstone, and you can banish it.
Oh
to
no,
draw a
nice.
card.
It's shiny.
Yeah, and you can ban. All the stones are shiny,
Nice.
and you can. So it counts as a windstone, produce green, and you can banish it, draw a card.
Okay, see that'd be cool, but like, there's really no way to recurse stones in this deck.
In this deck, no, but it's like a last. Like if you have a ton of stones and you don't need it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Cool.
So-
So this was the breakdown. We're gonna make a deck later in the week, so look forward to that. With the
Like a
new.
tweaked version.
Yeah, no, we're just gonna make it the best that we can. Obviously, with the more cards being released later on in the set, so we're gonna make them even better. But we'll give our first rendition of the decks we can make with the cards that are available right now.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's move on to the
fourth daughter of Mikage.
the Reiya. I don't know. I can't see her not being Zero. Like, look at that. And that's her freaking owl, dude. That's Zero's owl. No doubt.
There's more than one owl in the world.
You don't know this. We haven't seen any other
Also,
owls.
that owl has a symbol on its face. It's like a cross or something.
Yeah, dude, because it's evil. Obviously, they both got, like, tattoo removal.
But look, when they're evil, they got tattoos at the same time.
Yes. Yeah, dude, it's like metal. It's like a blood pact. It's like spitting in your hand and you're shaking somebody's hand with it. You mix your spit.
That's gross.
Yeah, dude, and
That's
then you
not
wash your hands.
sanitary.
It's not, but neither is evil. It's like evil people don't wash their hands.
Ew.
I know, dude. Okay, so this is the second starter deck that I bought. This is the Children of the Night. This is Reiya, fourth daughter of the Mikage. And I think it's complete bullcrap because the way that they did the three daughters of Mikage. The third daughter, which is supposed to be the youngest, looks like a lolly. Then you've got the second daughter, and then the third daughter is the oldest looking. So why does the fourth daughter look older than the third daughter? I think it's a front. I think they're lying to us, dude. I think we all need to get woke and we need to get smart real fast.
Jesus.
I think the people from Force of Will are lying to us.
I think you're reading too much into it.
I think you're not reading enough into it, dude. I think
can't even read.
God damn it, David. Anyway, so she's a ruler vampire, and she's got the following ability. I think all of them have Judgment 3, right? Two of their respective color and then one. Actually,
Yeah, he does.
yeah, it's 2 green and 1 white. Okay, so she's got Energize with a bunch of explanation for what Energize is, and at the beginning of the game, put a mystery counter on this card. How do you feel about all these new counters?
I
I think it's getting a little ridiculous.
From playing with them, like I've played the red deck, I've played the white deck. It feels fine when you play with it.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's
like,
just every one of them has their own different.
freaking counters, man.
Yeah, but like
I just feel like it's gonna be super gimmicky, and
there's probably gonna be something that's like all your counters are down.
I hope, dude. I hope. I was actually talking about that a bunch with teacher, and Dayman. That we hope that the new sets come up with a card like in Magic. I can't remember what it was called, but it's like sacrifice this thing and destroy all types of counters on the field.
Yeah. I don't know if that'll happen, but
I think it'd be amazing. Anyway, so we've got her tap ability on the ruler side, which is put a mystery counter on this card, which is awesome because like if you make this a blue-black deck and you're calling in the stones with the dragon, the manservant of whatever,
yeah.
then you can pretty much just save putting many mystery counters onto her from tapping.
Just important thing, if you end up going second with something like that, that's a tap ability, like put a counter on it.
Mm-hmm.
If, like, let's say you tap her on your opponent's turn to put a mystery counter on, it actually doesn't untap on your first turn.
What do you mean?
Because, so you technically skip your untap step or your recovery step on your first turn. If you have a tap ability and say you go second and the opponent goes first, while they're doing the turn, you tap and you put a mystery counter on.
Mm-hmm.
She actually won't untap on your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a way so that second player doesn't get even more ahead of first player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'd be completely unfair, and everyone would want to go second, no matter what.
Fair enough, but you need to be able to produce the mana to even get that first, like, one-drop creature to call for stones anyway, right? So
Yeah, but if somebody tried to just tap on during the first player's turn or whatever, and then untap and then tap or stone or whatever, they can't.
Cool. Well, that's really useful information, man. I didn't know that. Look at this. You stick with Dayman and he'll teach you a bunch of new stuff. In all fairness, I think out of everybody in terms of Force of Will, you're probably the most qualified to be like a judge.
Woo!
Yeah. Yay!
Yay!
Okay, so on her J ruler side, she becomes Reiya, fourth daughter of the Mikage. Oh, she's got the same name on both sides.
Yeah, I know.
That's weird. Jinx. Haha.
You owe me a soda.
You owe me a soda, dude.
You didn't say it though.
It doesn't matter. You didn't say Jinx. It doesn't even work. Anyway, so she becomes a
I just really want a
12-12.
soda.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. We're adults is talking.
I want a soda.
Okay, I'll get you a soda. Let's just finish this first.
Fine.
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 People are gonna watch this video and they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is wrong with these dudes?" Anyway, this video is silly. We're just messing around. Like the spoilers, in a sense, have pretty much spoiled like more than 2/3 of all these decks, right? There's only like
the spoilers have shown the entirety of the deck.
They've shown the entire deck.
Yeah.
What the hell are we doing then, man? People already know this stuff.
For shits and gigs.
Oh, okay. Hey guys, this is the comedy episode.
You know, like what are the good cards in the deck and like what's useless and like that kind of stuff and like maybe any ideas we can come up with.
I guess in a way this is our own teasers, right? Like we're showing off the deck and we'll be like, hey, look forward to when we make these rulers.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well then she's got flying on her J ruler side, and when this card enters the field,
she's a friggin' 12/12.
She has a 12/12. If there was a way to, I mean, like you could use the horse. Like if there was a quicker way to give her haste.
Nah, you don't care about that.
Whatever. Okay, so when this card enters the field, put 3 mystery counters on it. Remove a mystery counter from this card. Destroy target resonator. I think that. Oh, and then the scoopity dupes at the bottom that do special what's and who's it's. But like, I don't know, man. It's what?
They're actually called that.
What's and who's it's?
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with. Like, yeah, it's funny, huh? But like, I don't like the fact that all vampires do target abilities. Like, you literally have this thing go up against any of the barrier creating stuff, like Zero's Magic Circle or freaking
Zero Circle of Protection.
Zero Circle of Protection, sorry, or Will of Hope stuff with Million. It's just like, what the hell? Vampires become pretty much useless.
I know. I was playing against Teacher with my what was it? My Panda deck, and I had 2. It was straight out of the box. But all I did was put in 2 Zero Circle Protection, and I happened to see first turn I saw one, played it, and he's like, well, damn, I can't do anything. We played it out, and I won. The second time, he got one out of my hand with like a Nameless Mist, and I only had 2 in the deck. I'm like, ah, darn. And then right when I tapped for my third stone, I drew another one. I'm like, no way.
You're freaking lucky, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we get into the actual meat and potatoes. Well, not really nitty gritty. The meat and potatoes. That's my metaphor for tonight.
It's not really a metaphor.
Whatever, dude. Shut up. Stop undermining me in front of my friends.
In front of your friends.
I have internet friends. What do you have, Dayman? But seriously though, we care for all of you. You are all our
Please
friends.
be our friends.
Please be. Will you come to a birthday party? Nobody's gonna get this shit.
Nobody's gonna understand it.
Okay, so
I
this
get
is,
it, though.
of course, dude. That's all that matters. We're just doing this for us. We're doing this for us, and other people watch us.
Yeah, and they're like, these guys are high. But
Pretty much. But we're not ever.
I'm actually high on life.
You say that all the time, and sometimes I wonder.
True.
Oh my goodness, this rant. We've shown just the J ruler. This part of the video is already 7 minutes long. People are gonna be like, they're gonna like fast forward 3 minutes and be like, what the fuck? They're still laughing about pointless shit. Oh man. Okay, so this is Ahriman. There's an AH. What the hell do you want from me, dude? Ahriman? Ahriman? There's an H, dude. There's an H. Ahriman. Ahriman, malicious.
Jesus.
Shut your mouth, Dayman. I've had it up to here. Stop. It's because he's laying on the ground. He's not taking this seriously.
No.
Okay, so Ahriman, malicious eye in the dark. Can't see very far. Actually, weren't you making a joke about how this looks like that one dude from Monsters Inc?
Yeah, it looks like Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, but like with wings, dude. He's like the Monsters Inc.
Like
that
demon version.
we deserve. Okay, so he's a 6/6 2-drop, 1 black and 1 colorless, which is actually pretty good for the
That's right on point.
Spread. So this card is put into a graveyard from the field. When this card is put into the graveyard from the field, put a mystery counter on your J ruler. So if you're running like a sack deck, like you're playing Encounter. Is it Encounter with Cthulhu? Meeting with Cthulhu? What's it called?
I think it's
Encounter with Cthulhu. It's the 2-drop one that has Nyarlathotep and that 1,000 keys on it. We never remember his name because it's super silly. Okay, this is my favorite card in the deck. It is Alucard, the Vampiric Noble. When we first started playing this game and I got Rezard and I found out he was a vampire who couldn't fly, I was super pissed off and I almost just like stopped playing the game. But then I realized the vampires are super cool and I wanted to make a vampire deck and I wanted to use the old Grim cards. And Alucard and Dracula were always super cool cards, but they weren't really that reasonable anymore. They weren't really that relevant. I think they were just rotating Grim when we started playing.
Yeah. like a month away kind of thing.
Pretty much. Okay, so he's our 3-drop 6/6, so he's a little bit below the mana curve, but whatever. He's a vampire resonator, and other vampires you control gain 200 and 200, which is awesome. He's pretty much like
the ruler too.
yeah, oh yeah, because it doesn't say resonators, it's just vampires. Yeah, so you can actually put. I'm probably gonna put this dude in my Mikage deck, to be honest.
You could also put the Vindel of Dracula in the deck because it would give your ruler imperishable.
True, but he's already got imperishable.
No, her.
Oh, and her, yeah. Oh, how much is he? A 3-drop? 4-drop?
4. It's
4
a 4/10/10.
Okay, this is where things get a little weird. They've never used this art style in Force of Will before, and it's actually kind of like almost like borderline like freaky. Have you seen this one?
Yeah, I
The
know
little
exactly. It's,
lolly
like
girl.
fucking Alice
So
or something.
at first I thought she was wearing like a one-piece thing that has like a white breastplate, but that's actually just bare skin because at the bottom you can see her legs, and I don't know. This card makes me kind of uncomfortable.
Like, disturbing a little.
I don't know. This is like, it's weird because they cycle through different types of art styles, and I think it's cool that they don't
They
use.
have a bunch of different artists.
Yeah, it's just like Magic, right?
Yeah.
But like radically different, right? Like in Magic, they'll have like different versions of Western style, whereas this one will go from like oil painting to like thin line art to weird, creepy Lolita crap.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is Ashen Snow White, and she's a fairy tale 2-drop hard black 5/7 resonator with remove a mystery counter from your J ruler, which again doesn't really seem like a very good idea because it's just useful to use on her abilities. But anyway, this card gains 200/200 and precision until the end of turn. Play this ability only once per turn. Unless I think I'm gonna. There's a card that's later on in the deck that's Grim as a vampire. I think I'm gonna give that Grim card to Dayman because he really loves playing fairy tales, and he always loved Millium and Grim. So would you want this one as well, Ashen Snow White, because she would work well with him?
Not really, because you have to remove a mystery counter to give it a
Oh,
buff,
right, and you're probably not
It's
gonna.
kind of useless.
Well, it has the fairy tale aspect to it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And that's another interesting thing I've noticed. The last starter deck that was vampires was Mikage, and now there's this one with Mikage's 4th daughter, or potentially Zero. And for some reason, they're pairing fairy tales, because like they had the super rare in that one was a 2-drop fairy tale that became stronger with the number of cards in your grave.
Yeah.
And then there was the monkey stuck in life.
Yeah.
Like, what's with this pairing? Why are they putting fairy tales in? Maybe there's a history, like storytelling element to it. Maybe there's like an alliance between. Wow. Just wow. This is why we can't have nice things.
Wow, not wow.
That's what I said.
You said wow.
I said wow as in like G. Willikers Batman.
And I said this is foul, not wow.
You know that your face is really close to my foot, dude. God damn. This is probably the most aggressive I've been in a video. Everyone's just gonna think I'm freaking crazy, dude.
Yeah, you're just roiding out.
Everybody's gonna be like, boo, Master Fija. Dayman is just trying to be the silly, lovable rogue. He's doing a shit-eating smile, and I want to just punch him. I want to punch him in the face with my foot. Okay, so this is the 1-drop. Shush. Calm yourself. This is the 1-drop. Bats from the Dark Castle, and the art on this is phenomenal. Have you seen this, Dayman?
Yeah, it gets stronger with mystery counters.
Well, no, I was just saying the art looks cool.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, so it's a bat resonator, or as we like to refer to them,
Rat Angel.
rat angels.
Woo!
I'm actually going to cross it out on one of them, just write rat angel just for the sake of... That's what we used to do with our bat tokens in Magic. Yeah. So it's flying. This card cannot be blocked, blah, blah, blah. This card gains plus 200 plus 0 for every mystery counter on your ruler. So really, if you played it in such a way that you just kept like putting mystery counters onto your ruler, or your J/ruler, and then flipped over with a bunch of mystery counters, these things would be super strong. Mm-hmm. So we got that. Then we've got a Dark Knight Butterfly, and I thought this was like kind of like the Moonbeam Butterfly or whatever, but I guess not.
It's more like Lapis's Dark Storm or whatever, the one where it's discard a card and then discard a card at random.
So your opponent discards a card. If this card was awakened, your opponent discards 2 cards instead. Yeah, this is really good. Mm-hmm. Awakening, remove 2 mystery counters. It's kind of a lot, don't you think?
Yeah, but you don't need to do it on every single one of those you play.
No, like this could be like an early thing.
Remove 2, so you get a little bit of a head, and then the rest of them just play for 1, and don't remove 2, and just get rid of 1 card.
Yeah, I can't remember if Carmilla was in rotation when we started playing because I know I've
Doesn't
seen.
sound like something that's familiar to me.
No, I remember seeing a card that looks exactly like this, and I think she's. I can't remember if she was a vampire back then or if they gave her the class succubus because she looks like Lilith from Darkstalkers, kind of. So she's a 3-drop, 6/6, kind of high for a 6/6, but whatever. 1 black and 2 colorless. When this card enters the field, destroy target resonator with total cost 1.
Such value.
Not really.
Yeah, no.
So I'm probably gonna take this one out of the deck if I make a tribal vampire.
There's also a vampire that's just a 1-drop that does absolutely nothing.
Yeah, dude. Well, and there's actually I remember seeing somebody's review on this. I don't think it was a YouTube video. It's just something on like a blog or something. And the dude has like flavor text. He has no ability. And then the first comment on that like blog was like, "Man, Force of Will really sucks at flavor text." And they kind of do sometimes, unless it's story-based ones. Those are pretty cool. Okay, so this is the super rare in the deck. It is Grim, the Pitch Black Vampire. And other than like, what is it, Rebel of Darkest Fires?
That's
this
edgy AF though.
What?
That name's edgy.
That is edgy, but this is pretty edgy too, dude. This dude is pitch black.
That's what I'm saying. He's edgy.
But the other dude's edgier though.
Who?
Darkest Fires, dude.
Yeah, that's just...
Rebel. He has the word rebel in his name. Like, for goodness sake. Okay, so he's the 4-drop, 2 black, 2 colorless. Are all of the super rares 4-drops? I think most of them are.
I'm not sure. I'll have to look at the Panda.
Yeah.
No, yeah, the Panda deck has the super red that's 4-drop too.
Okay, so he's a 9/9, which is low for the curve. Like, you should technically be a 10/10 or higher. But he's a Resonator Vampire / Fairy Tale. And this is Grim. This is pre-mustache. Like Milliam's dead.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if Grim exists in this like prequel story, does that mean that later on we could potentially run into a vampire like what's his face?
Milliam?
Milliam. No. Milliam doesn't exist yet. Milliam came out in I think before Battle for Adaractia. His wife. What's his wife's name?
Lumia.
No. That's his sister.
Pandora's in the set.
Oh no, but Pandora's a little girl, dude. That's so creepy.
That's so weird.
So like this vampire dude just like shows up with his vampire crew and he goes like, I'm gonna have a baby with that girl later.
I'm just staring at you right now.
He's just staring at me. Oh, I'm sorry guys, it's the creepy lolly art. And the fact that this dude actually just ends up banging that chick.
Yeah, he just looks like creepy in general.
He looks like he's going through his weird like goth phase, and he's actually like
it's like a goth
in his late
midlife
20s
crisis phase.
But like midlife as in like this dude's probably thousands of years old, and
yeah.
Then he runs into a little girl that's playing with toys and goes like, "Hey, what's up? You want to make a dragon baby?"
You know, Milliam turns into a dragon because he fused with a dragon princess, right?
See, that sounds reasonable, but I'm gonna ignore that entirely because then that would make my fan fiction weird.
And incorrect.
Dude, Donkey had dragon babies. Okay, how does that make any sense?
Because Donkey is a stallion, baby.
No, the answer is because Shrek is love and Shrek is life. I found a way to work that into Force of Will. I should get a cookie.
I showed that for the first time to that person that just bought 2 of the new decks.
Wait, bought me the new decks? What do you mean?
Oh.
Cool. As is the norm with pretty much every video I do. Halfway. I don't know, I think we're way past halfway. I hope we're almost at an hour long. Anyway.
We're way past halfway. We're deep in this stuff. We can never leave. It's an abysmal black hole that we can never escape.
Oh my god. Anyway, my phone memory died.
Help
so.
us.
No, we will never be done. So this is Grim. He's got flying.
He's a vampire.
He's a vampire. He's an umpire that's undead.
Yeah.
And he's got when this card enters the field, put target resonator from your graveyard into your hand. I would have really liked that if it was like from your grave to your field.
No.
Why not?
I'm messing with you.
Okay.
Yeah, but he would totally be more than a 4-drop if that was the case.
Well, yeah, but then they could have just made him have some sort of other form of detriment, right? And then he's got a 2 cost activated ability. J rulers your opponent controls gain -X until the end of turn, where X is the number of fairy tales you control. So if Dayman, if you were thinking of making like a black-white fairy tale deck and you pop this guy in there, like this dude's pretty much like
A win con.
not even a win con, but like he's a new Black Moonbeam,
Sort of, yeah.
right?
Is it J/Rest to get -X?
Yeah.
Dang.
Actually, so old dude, he's a field wipe. That's crazy, dude. He's useful, but I don't run fairy tales, so it's kind of bunk.
Yeah. It'd be better in like a black-white fairy tale deck, which I totally would make.
Oh,
I actually tried to make one a while ago.
yeah? How'd it go?
Like, not too long ago. It went away. It was okay, I think. Needed something more. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is the 1-drop 400 Moonlight Shadow, so he's actually above the curve, which is decent, I guess. And this is like the infamously bad, or recently infamously bad flavor text. So his flavor text literally says, Reiya's servant stayed motionless until given an order.
Okay.
So literally his flavor text is, I didn't do shit.
Until I was told to.
Yeah. So that's the 1-drop. I'm definitely taking that dude out. Honestly, if I just had to pick like a 1-drop that was vampire themed, I'd either drop the dude that gives 2 1/1 counters to target Resonator if your opponent has a special magic stone, or I would put in that with the third daughter, right? Because I think she's like a 5/6 or a 5/7, and her downside is that she can't attack unless she's got a 1/1 counter, which with vampires is like super easy to get. Anyway, we have our 2-drop common Sword of the Half Moon, and it's a chant mystery quick cast. Target J/Resonator gains -600 until the end of turn. If this card was awakened, put it into the owner's hand as it resolves. So it's a lot like Gill Alhama'At's like destruction magic. I think it's like a 2 darkness, destroy target resonator, and then if you awaken it for another 3, it comes back to hand after it gets resolved.
It's pretty sweet.
It's okay. I don't know. The only thing that I think was metal about the card is that you can literally see Kaguya in the background going like, oh shit, she's dead, she wasn't ready.
She wasn't ready.
What was with that accent?
I don't know.
He sounded like Chunk from the Goonies. Or not Chunk, that other dude. Who was the dude with the messed up face?
I don't know, man.
Nobody ever knows his name. No one ever knows his name. Okay, guys, if you know the name of the ugly dude who goes like, "Hey, you guys," from the Goonies, please leave it in the comment section. Awakening. Remove 2 mystery counters from your J ruler.
Chunk?
No, Chunk was the fat kid. That was the joke because he eats food,
Oh yeah.
and that's why he's fat. And people were less sensitive to. Oh god, I'm shaking the camera. Oh jeez, that was the ghost of Chunk, who's inevitably dead from like heart disease at this point. I don't know, probably. There's so many questions. Also, if you guys know if Chunk is dead, leave an answer in the comment section. This is a video about force of will.
Eventually, we'll get to it.
Okay, then we have our rare mystery chant 1-drop, Sword of the New Moon. I actually remember this one being pretty good. So it's a quick cast. Actually, I've noticed that almost all the chants in this deck are quick cast type.
Oh yeah.
That's a pretty freaking sick. Like Darkness didn't have nearly enough quick casts in my opinion with these new sets. Like there was a bunch of really good multicolor ones from the old sets that were instants. They were called instants back then. Anyway, so it says choose one, destroy target resonator with total cost 1 or less, or destroy target resonator with total cost 4 or less if this card is awakened. And its awakening is remove a mystery counter from your J ruler. I'd almost consider like going online and buying some of those Gill Lapis Usurper of Maddening Powers, and then using this Sword of the New Moon in the deck, because it's a 1-drop darkness chant, and awakening it with mystery counters is not that bad, because unlike the other ones in this deck, this is only a 1 mystery counter you have to remove, and you can destroy a target 4 or less. Like for a 1-drop, that's phenomenal. Yeah, it is destroy. Okay, for a second there, I thought maybe it's like removed from game. And yeah, now we're getting to doubles. So this is the deck, and then we've got the stones. We've got Stone from the Dark Castle. And it's a darkness magic stone. And it produces darkness. And when this card enters the field, put a mystery counter on your J ruler. So these are actually pretty good. And the cool thing about this stone versus the elemental stones or whatever is that those ones, they do produce green, but you have to sacrifice them to be able to draw the card, which I think is kind of bunk. I feel like you should be able to just draw a card when it hits the field. What do you think, Dayman? Would that be too good?
Yeah, a little too good.
Okay. And then we've got the art from that gentleman or lady who does all of the art for the basic stones in these starter decks. And this one's actually pretty cool because it looks like the Grim Reaper wearing Mikage's like robes is holding the earth or something like that. It's really metal. He's probably part of Gill Lapis's Rebel of Darkest Fires band.
Oh, totally.
You know, I would definitely sneak into their concert. I hope you guys enjoyed our seemingly pointless rant about cards that you've probably already seen on all of your social media feeds for the last few weeks.
Or potentially already own.
And you're looking at your deck while listening to this going like, huh, that's what I'm holding.
I can read this myself.
But we added additional quality because how many people who do Force of Will reviews or whatever make quotes about other shit?
Yeah, well,
like Shrek.
I don't know. I just think we're like the weird guys.
Dude,
back in the class.
We're the Force of Will memers, dude.
If people like doing these videos online, we're in a classroom, we'd be like the ones in the back, and like possibly eating glue.
Oh, dude, are we the main characters sitting by the window?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's wrap up this video. I think we're pretty close to like an hour now.
So yeah,
we unboxed two rulers, the Gill and the Reiya. Which one do you foresee being more used in like the Grand Prix, the more competitive stuff? Which one do you think is going to see more use in general and just like local card shop plays?
I could see people starting with this just because it's tap blow up something. But I could see Gill being more reliable, especially if the support that comes out is really good.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's almost a little unfair that they showed so much support for the Dragonoid dude.
Plus their seal abilities.
And their seal abilities. So what's the game plan for that? Do you know what the details are?
I did. I looked at the Pandora, which it's the only one shown so far that has the seal shown, like actually what it does, right? And what I noticed is that the picture to the next to the symbol was the same on both sides for Pandora, and same for Gill. It's like a little stone shaped thing. Same on this side, right?
Yeah.
For Reiya, it's different.
It's different. And then for the one on the
so right here, I don't know if
the one on the ruler side
there, it's like that.
It's like really funky.
And then on this side, I don't know if it'll focus or not. It's a different symbol on the side of the thing. So whatever her ability is on one side, I feel like it's gonna be different on the other. So I feel like there's gonna be a lot of versatility in hers, in her sealed item or whatever. But depending on what those are and depending on what the support is, it'll determine whether or not they're competitive. But I could see Gill being the more so competitive one.
If they bring some new gimmick to the game that's similar to Regalia without being the same thing, like it doesn't have to be something that's zero
I
cost.
feel like they will.
You think they're gonna bring in new
Because
Regalia?
they're bringing in, they have cards now that are like destroy target non-J ruler, non-Magstone, non-J/Resonate or non-Magstone card, or whatever, which is like, at that point you're like, okay.
Additions.
Because Regalia are gone. So
Unless
what else
there's
is
a
there?
new class of cards that they haven't
Exactly,
released yet.
that's what I'm thinking.
And they left it ambiguous because they plan on putting that later in the set.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be interesting if they did something like that. I'm definitely happy to have a breath of fresh air and we're kind of free of Regalia for the next little while, which is going to be nice. But if they made something that was beneficial for rulers again, but in like a different format or a different card type, Gill, I think, would be phenomenal. Like if you could make the deck be stally for maybe like the first 3 or 4 turns, and put in a bunch of cancels or whatever, a bunch of
cough severing wins.
Exactly, and the 3-drop that comes in there, and then that 1-2-drop that comes from the Feathsing's deck. So you just stall for the first 3 or 4 turns, and then that new format of J-Ruler beneficial card would hit the field. You buff this dude up. He's got barrier. You find a way to get him to attack fast enough.
He also has a spell that gives him +6/+6.
+6/+6, and it's a 1-drop, so you can just
and
drop
play it
like
for free technically.
Yeah, because of the elementals put into grave and stuff to produce green. And then you just hit for near 40. Like, that's nuts, right? Because he's already an 11/11, so he's like more well-rounded than the other rulers. Like the bear is.
They're usually 10/10. He's an 11/11.
Yeah, and then she's a 12/12.
Yeah, 12/12 is pretty good with, especially with flying.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And
So-
I played against Teacher with this. The first round I won, but the second round he flipped her, and then did like 2 Blood Makages on her and swung, and I was like, well, damn, that's me dead.
Well, it doesn't have imperishable, so like that was actually pretty risky if you didn't know that you had no way to respond.
Yeah, I know. He did a nameless miss before that though.
That'd be pretty good if if like you said, you put in the Vingolf 3 Dracula into this deck and give her imperishable and just flip her back over. The only thing that sucks is that it's like a 3 flip, right?
It's a 4-drop for Dracula and a 3 flip, yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
anyway, there wasn't anything crazy about this video. This was just us having an opportunity to show you guys the new decks if you haven't seen all the spoilers up to this point, and to pretty much rant about pointless crap that has nothing to do with Force of Will.
Yep.
And then to say some Force of Will stuff.
Yeah.
So these are the 2 decks that I got. Dayman got the Panda Bear dude. Space Panda and
Kirik.
Super, yeah, you know that he's good if you actually know his goddamn name. Like, it's like, there are no imitations, there's only Kirik.
Yeah.
The one and only.
Yeah. Whereas the other one is Space Panda.
Yeah. So if at a later time Dayman wants to do the video of his decks, we can. Or the decks that he bought. Like, we're going to make actual videos for these guys. Anyway, we'll see you guys later. And if you guys get a chance to, in the comment section, drop us a line about your favorite rulers and which ones you guys ended up buying. Okay? We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Dayman?
You told me not to do it anymore.
Well, I told you not to do it in real life anymore.
Peace out.
There you go.